Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Ultimate Live. My name is Yogesh Kapoor and I'm the host for today. And I have with me the founder of Ultimate Retreats, Christina Will Spears. Welcome, Christina, to another episode of Ultimate Live that we have every Friday, every Thursday.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
So, Christina, we were discussing effort, today's topic, effort. So, take it away.
Yes. Effort is a big deal because on a subconscious level, source, we all feel the effort. Effort, so effort actually connects with it connects with the energy. It connects with how we connect. So the definition of effort is the result you achieve will be in direct proportion to the effort we apply. So when we act, our effort will connect with how much we do things. So as we apply effort to something, it will truly make a difference. Source will feel that. Mother Gaia feels that. Our angels, even if we're not feeling like we are actually getting where we truly would like to go, the effort we apply really makes a difference. It makes a difference on a subconscious level. It makes a difference on a euphoric level, on a spiritual level, so many different levels. It's just amazing. So it's more important than actual perfection. Most people think, it's important to be that exact perfect image, but it's actually more important to just put that effort forward, you know. So
You know, I totally agree with that. I see too many people, they join challenges online, free challenges. They join all these masterminds. They spend a lot of time learning, consuming, but after all of that, they don't make the effort. And even last night I was going to sleep, I was listening to a YouTube video about the laws of the universe. And in one of them, it was more about, no matter how much you visualize, no matter how much you journal, meditate, all of that, but if you're not going to put in the effort, then, it's not going to manifest in any way. And what you said about not being perfect, yeah, exactly. That's where people get stuck, right? Is my website correct? Uh, am I doing the right thing? Is this how it's supposed to be done? Does this look correct? There's so many doubts and fears and all, and they don't realize that in that they get lost and they don't really take the next step. They're so afraid of failing that they're like, oh, should I even? And then that's it. They get stuck in a place.
that's so true because, like, when I speak with or when I work with my angels, my spirit guides, they don't care if I say their name exactly right or if I know exactly if I know all the things that are connected to a crystal or something like that. If as long as I don't have to be perfect with them. When I connect with all of them, when I connect with Source, they accept me the way I am. What they love is that I'm connecting with them. They love the fact that I'm working with them on a regular basis. And they feel the fact that I'm just doing it. And so they love me for the fact that I'm making that effort. So when you work with your children or your children connect with with a parent, You, when they're like picking up their room or they're making something for the first time, they come home from kindergarten and they've made you a gift. You don't care if it's if they've put everything in the right places. You just love the fact that they've made you something. It's beautiful because it's from them. And you see the love that they have put into it. My favorite gifts are the ones that my children have made themselves. I have these little, like little tchotchke glass cases, and they're not filled with like things that I've bought. They're filled with the things my children have made because those are so special to me because they've put their love into it, and they're not perfect or anything. They don't need to be because they have the love of my children's effort, and then they brought them home for me. And that's more important to me than anything. It's invaluable. It's invaluable. You can't replace those things.
Exactly.
The paintings that children make when they're little and stuff, those are just so beautiful. So
Yeah, I know what you mean, because when my children come from school, or when they were younger, they would come from school, they would bring you this Happy Father's Day card. And even though it's just drawn with a pencil, you're just in awe of it. You're like, oh, that's so, uh, they made the effort to do it. And not just with our children, but, in so many other cases when it comes to relationships as well. You will realize that some relationships last because, whether it's a spouse, whether it's a relationship with a parent and a child or whatever, uh, as long as they're making the effort, it's seen. But it's when the effort is stopped, like, when you're newly a couple, let's take an example, right? You make the effort, you send the flower, you send a text, you send a song, you do all of the things. After marriage, you have children and all. When the effort starts reducing, that's when the relationship goes another way.
it's very
And even if a spouse sees that the other spouse is working really hard and doing their best, even though they're not doing things the way is expected, but the effort counts.
Yeah, it's exactly true because effort is a form of love. It's truly a form of love. So to create our dreams and manifest reality, determination and self effort, determination, dedication, self discipline, and effort. We use all of that to create what we would like or what we see. And it's not doesn't have we're putting our love into all that. We're putting our joy into all of that because we're manifesting something at a very high vibrational frequency, and we're releasing all of these things of, does it have to be perfect? Does it have to be all these other aspects? Because we're just putting that daily effort into it, and we're releasing the that powerful. It doesn't necessarily have to be, how other people see it. It's going to be just how we put into it, and sometimes, you know, um, even like making food or making things for people, creating little things like some of the things I love that my husband has done is he's made little bird houses around the yard.
Oh, nice.
I love that because every time I go into the backyard, I enjoy it with my, in my garden because I get to hear all the birds and stuff. And every year, all these little birds come back, and we have all these little bird families. And I love it. And it was, he used little scraps of wood and different things to do it. So they're all different sizes and different things. But it was the effort that he did that. It's like another form of love. And so doing all these little things, however you choose to do it, creates this um, new place for yourself. You can um, make a new abundance in out of almost nothing just by effort. It doesn't necessarily have to. You don't necessarily have to use something that is with money, but it's your energy, your consistency, and that shows sometimes way more than anything else. And then you're doing when you go back and do that for yourself, it's the same thing. Consistently going back and showing that self-love for yourself. I love myself, and so I'm giving myself that effort, and I'm applying this in A, B, or C ways. It gives yourself that it's almost like you're reaffirming that love for yourself on a daily basis, and however you're planning on giving um, that new value, that new love, and putting it in, seeding it in. So there's many different ways to do it. Some people do it through exercise. Some people do it through affirmations. Some people do it through meditation. But it's the daily work of putting that effort in and feeling okay, even if you're not seeing it on the outside, to continue to do it, knowing that you don't have to be perfect, but you can still do it because you love yourself and you're putting forth that effort. That,
Exactly.
that's so consistency is different, is the difference between someone who wants all of you and pieces of you will be different. So when someone wants just pieces of you, they're going to show it just here and there and be inconsistent. But when they want all of you, or it's really true love, they're going to be consistent. So when you truly love yourself, you will show it by being consistent with yourself. So, whether you're showing that in being consistent with yourself by meditating on a regular basis, or you're showing it through yourself by reading on a regular basis, or you're showing it by eating food on a regular basis, however you are being consistent. What is interesting to me is the river doesn't cut through a rock because it's power. It has power. It does it because it's persistent. So we don't have to be extremely strong. We just have to be consistent or persistent in our efforts. We
You just reminded me of something. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
When you
you're
said,
fine. You're fine.
what, you reminded me of a story of this guy who um, made a promise to his wife. She used to walk several kilometers on a mountain to get across the mountain to get water. And there are times she would get hurt. And he made a promise to her that he would break that mountain. And all he had was a pick and a shovel. And he kept digging, digging, even though he didn't have the perfect tools. He didn't, but he loved her so much. He said, I'm going to get this done. And he kept doing this for 22 years. And this is a true story, by the way. Huh? And between those 22 years, his wife died, you know, but yet he didn't stop. He kept making that effort on digging, digging, digging. And today, the whole village gets the ripple effect of that. Cars can cross over. Even scientists were baffled. Like, how did this one guy with a shovel and pick do it?
That's amazing. But you know what? I feel like it was true love. It was love that,
Which comes back to what you said, effort is love, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly. That's so beautiful. Yeah, because when you have this determination and true love for whatever you see, you will find this, and you can bring that love in from source, from Mother Gaia, from your angels, they will bring that energy in and offer that. So it's it doesn't have to necessarily be um I was seeing that effort doesn't have to be um, continuous effort is more powerful than strength. It's more powerful than intelligence. It's the key to unlocking our potential. And I thought that was so cool because when we a lot of times we think, oh, intelligence is the key or strength is the key. No, being consistent, because sometimes we might not know the answer, but if we're consistently con- watching and finding and learning, we will receive that information and activate even maybe more than the people who know already. And maybe as we consistently do this work, we will have more ability to learn than the people who already know. By going through this, it's actually giving us more ability um, to be the conduit to absorb new information. So there's power in strength in being consistent and being that daily um, daily persistent sort you know spot, because a lot of people are like, wow, that I'll do it here or I'll do it there, but I can't do it on a daily basis because I've got too much going on. Well, that is something that is a really, that's challenging. So what how do you do that? um People, it says, don't fall for your words, pay attention to action. Effort is action. Time is effort. Being important is effort. So when we show that we're we're doing things on a daily basis or on a weekly basis or even a monthly basis, we're showing that we're important. We're showing that whatever we're doing is important. We're showing that the people we're doing it with is important, and that's another way of showing love. Being cared for is effort. So showing, you know, taking that time. Anytime we take time with anything, whether it's to read, to meditate, to walk, to talk to someone, we're taking that time, and time is love. We're taking time out to dedicate to something, and that's showing that we care. So that because we have, not because we have to, because we could choose to spend it on numerous other things, but because we're taking that time out on a consistent basis, we're showing that this matters, and therefore we're putting an effort towards this, and we truly care about it. Therefore, we love this, and we are, this is we're not only showing ourselves, but we're showing source. And by showing source, we will be, it's responded back. That's how quantum works. It automatically is responded back. We don't even have to worry about how it's going to be reciprocated back. It will just source a response back with a frequency. So when we send out love and we send out effort, the same energy is brought back to us.
Great point, because there's always that cliche quote, right? Uh, every action has an equal opposite reaction, something like that. And just yesterday, I was listening to this coach, and he was talking about giving out. You want love, give out more love, you know. And the only thing is, don't expect it to come the way you want it to come,
Mhm.
because the source or universe, whatever you call it, will reciprocate it in a different way. So, and action is neither created or destroyed. I mean, energy. So whatever effort we put out there, it will take some form, whether it is, if you, like you said, coming from love, it will inspire, affect, motivate someone out there. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, we have no idea, but we are putting that energy out. We're putting the waves out, and we just let source to, let it go where it needs to go, and we allow it to come back as it comes back freely, because that's also part of love, is to just let it go without any conditions. Because when we put out divine love, source doesn't have any conditions on us. So we're just letting it be, with freedom.
Exactly.
And yeah, and then it feels good. It feels free. It feels, because then when it comes back to us, it's the same frequency. There's no conditions to that. And that feels much better, you know? And because I wouldn't want
And
this.
when you make consistent effort, that's when you get momentum, right? When you see all these people who post YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Reels, whatever it is, right? And of course, in the beginning, they might not get enough likes, they might not get enough response. They tweak themselves, they keep going. As long as they didn't stop, they made that effort, it goes on. And eventually, suddenly you see they explode, because then you have like 1 million followers, your views have gone up to hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, right? And you keep doing it, not thinking about what the result is going to be, but you're doing it from love. You're like, okay, I love doing this, let me share this with the world, whether it's educational or entertainment or edutainment, right? The terms they use nowadays, right? But somewhere someone is going to watch it. Like I give you an example. There's this YouTuber called Mr. Beast, right? And he kept making the effort of making videos, and he was so obsessed with making videos. And some of them, for us, we'd be like, "Ugh, why are we even watching this stuff?" Right? He'll explode stuff, or they make videos on how when you put your fingers in slime, it sounds. Those were the beginning stages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, his YouTube channel was offered $1 billion.
Oh, that's amazing.
$1 billion, and he didn't sell. And he didn't
That's
sell because today he knows that the effort he's putting out there is giving him way more. And if he takes the long run, it's going to give him way more than $1 billion. But you see how the universe sent it back towards him.
yeah, yeah. You just never know. And just by giving that energy out and sending it with love, it will eventually be reciprocated. But you have to just send it with divine love and allow it to go where it needs to go.
I have another friend in Hong Kong. He's a very famous tailor. So he makes these videos where he every day whoever he made a suit for, he like describes his suit, the person, uh, turns them around, gives them a slap on the butt, if it's a male. And some people criticize this video. Some this 1.5 million followers on TikTok today.
That's beautiful. I love that.
you know
Wow, that's
and and
great.
I'm telling you, he has been criticized. Some of his videos are really, they look a little like, maybe there's an 18-year-old kid, he's suited up and then he just smacks his butt, and some people might get irritated with that. But he's just explaining, look how my suits are,
Yeah.
right? And wow,
Wow,
like, I don't know
that's
any, so many of my friends I have seen in Hong Kong, almost everyone has made a suit from this guy.
wow, because he's just the guy to go to. But that's
Yeah.
really cool that, being consistent like that, you just never know. And I just think that's so cool. I've seen so many people bring themselves up, and I just love seeing that happen.
Exactly. And his family was against it, his parents were against it, his friends, probably his friends' wives, they all were like, what is this guy doing, right? He didn't care. He didn't care. He just kept doing it, you know, and his business has definitely gone tenfold up.
That's wonderful.
I mean,
So to be able to
he
release all those beliefs and just go with it.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. He knew what he wanted. He said, I'm going to make this effort. Like, I'm telling you, without fail, there's one video going out every day.
Wow, that's great. That's really cool.
And in the long run, it's not even his business, it's his father's business. I mean, he could literally decide, like, I'm not doing this anymore, and he could just be like a consultant or an advisor for social media. I mean, you never know, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool though. And it just goes to show that, you can apply your effort with all kinds of things, and the sky's the limit. It really truly is. So it just, and it's putting our heart and our mind in the same place and activating it. When we can align our heart and our mind and use it for the effort that we truly would love, we can just do anything. We're the creator. And it's so beautiful how that can be applied. We can create really anything we dream of. And I love that. I just truly love that. And right now, with it being Lionsgate, we it, manifesting it, this is the time to create anything we dream of. The Syrian, the Lion 88 portal. This is a beautiful time to put your energy and your heart, your head energy, and create something and put that effort in. So with that, and then next week you and Grace are going to be on to be discussing something. So this is going to be a beautiful time to connect and come together. I'm looking forward to hearing your topic next week as well.
Well, I'm looking forward to it as well, but I think today was extremely important topic. I mean, we have the super moon just passed by us on Monday, and then now the Lionsgate portal's coming. Huge time to manifest. And the Lion Gates portal, we have the Venus retrograde at the same time, so this is really powerful. And if you make the effort to do the rituals, and make the effort to attend anything that is being like on Instagram, you find many light workers performing activations and all these other things. Make that effort to attend one of those, or anything that you think that will take you to the next level. But you got to make that effort, right? You can't just sit and say, oh, Lionsgate portal, I'm doing anything.
Yeah, there's tons of different manifestation um, if there's an event that you feel drawn to, or manifesting anything, even just thinking, or going outside and really thinking about things clearly that you intend for the next year or a couple of years, or just really having a lot of joy towards your future, putting forth and thinking clearly, writing down your manifestations. All of that stuff is really powerful right now. Writing them down 55 times and putting it under your pillow, having different gold and brown crystals around you right now is a really powerful thing, because it's going to help with the manifestation energy. There's a lot of things you can be doing right now to help bring in that energy, and help you um, align and really bring that portal toward for your highest good, because this is like the peak for the year. This is like when everyone comes together to support you for the whole rest of the year.
Exactly. I mean, I'll just give you what I did on Monday. I took my water, all the water in my apartment, right, and I just put it near the window so it gets some uh, energy from the moon, from the super moon, and I spoke my manifestations into the water, so that the next morning when I have my coffee and all of that, that energy is there, right? Um, Science has proven water forms crystals when you speak positivity into it. So, whatever it is you want to do, make the effort. Don't waste this Lionsgate portal.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, because then when you drink your water, you're basically becoming whatever you're manifesting. And that's a beautiful way of doing it.
Exactly.
Putting your crystals out to soak up that moon intention. I have all my crystals out in my windowsills and stuff, soaking everything up. But there's all kinds of ways to do it, and you can even like look things up. But there's going to be tons of ways to do to manifest right now.
Exactly. Thank you so much for everyone who joined the live. I didn't see any comments today, unless I can't see it. Can you, Christina?
Yeah, I don't see any comments today.
Yeah. So thank
So
you
if
for everyone who joined live. Those who watched the replay, do hashtag replay, and do leave in the comments what is something you are going to make an effort towards in the coming few days or few months. Because, no matter how much, like I said, you visualize it, you write it down, you think about it, if you're not going to make the effort, universe won't take that second step. So make that effort, become your higher self, and we'd love to hear your comments. Thank you, Christina, and we'll see you all next week. Bye bye.
Hi.